This video pertains to judging gaps in oncoming traffic prior to making an unprotected left turn. Here we'll examine 3 different gaps in oncoming traffic and how they relate to driver inexperience. An insufficient gap is one small enough that an inexperienced driver should never attempt to turn through. A potentially sufficient gap can be safely turned through if the driver accelerates at the required speed and commences acceleration at the correct point. With a sufficient gap in oncoming traffic, an inexperienced driver can safely complete the turn even if that driver accelerates too slowly or delays their acceleration. These are both common errors of inexperience. While a competent and experienced driver could probably make this turn safely provided they accelerated at the required rate, this represents a situation that an inexperienced driver should not attempt. This gap is potentially sufficient if the inexperienced driver accelerates at the proper speed and starts the turn at the correct point. However, if there is any doubt that that can be accomplished, the inexperienced driver should wait for a larger gap. An additional critical factor in this situation is the driver's intuitive ability to gauge if a gap is safe to turn through. And again, if there is any doubt in the driver's ability to do that, there is a responsibility to wait for a larger opening through which to commence the turn. By looking far enough ahead, the driver can see the traffic signal, which will eventually create a sufficient gap in the oncoming traffic. Again, by looking far enough ahead into the body of oncoming traffic, the left-turning driver can see the gap, which is large enough to safely make the turn through. This illustrates how inexperienced drivers can significantly reduce their collision potential on unprotected left turns by being patient, looking far into the body of oncoming traffic, and thinking ahead of the situation.